it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my makeup empties for 2022. So, a little asterisk disclaimer, I didn't keep any of this. In fact, we took pictures and then everything either went in recycling or it went in the garbage. But I watched Alex do a video where she just showed her makeup empties and she talked about what they were worth, etc. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that too. So I don't have anything physically to show you, but I do have pictures. So hopefully that'll do. Another disclaimer is that some of these pictures have items that don't belong and some of them that do belong. Rob was helping me and we did the best we could because fat girl can't bend over after having back surgery. And I ended up having to do these on the floor so I would have enough room to take the picture. So yeah, anyway. So like there's a lipstick in the mascara or there's a lipstick in with the highlighter. We'll talk about it. So I am going to share with you Ish. Welcome to Ish. Oh, before we get into that, what do we think of this look? So I'm filming this on the 6th. Monday and Tuesday, Rob and I stayed at a bed and breakfast that we like to stay at for our anniversary. I may have mentioned that in a different video. I honestly can't remember. And I wanted to wear makeup while we were gone, but I didn't want to wear a full beat because we would mask. And we are probably the only people still around that wear a mask, but knock on wood, neither one of us have gotten sick. So we still mask. So I am literally wearing eyeshadow, eyebrows, and then the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter and a lipstick. Like, I'm not wearing blush. I'm not wearing bronzer. Sorry, Ruth, but I really like this. I think that's going to be a repurchase. So I am not someone who wears light makeup, but here you go. See it with your own eyes. I felt cute. It's about 3 p.m. We just got back from having a late lunch. So yeah, I wanted to film. And I filmed this yesterday and I was like, I don't think it made any sense. So we're going to give it another go. I did record it, but my brain has been out of office. So like I mentioned, I am going to pull up pictures for you guys. I'm going to pull them up on my phone, my end. If they look a little blurry, that's because I had one big picture of all of them and I'll flash that up. And so I kind of divided them into smaller pictures so we could go item by item. So we have two miscellaneous, not miscellaneous, but like two that were kind of all on their own. The first is the NYX High Glass Powder. Misty Lobigne, that's not my last name, finished a powder, a face powder, and I was so surprised, and I finished it quickly too. I have another one in my collection. We'll talk about inventory later, but yeah, I put that at like a $10. It may have been more expensive, it may have been less expensive. I honestly don't remember, but I gave it a $10 value because it's no longer available. The other thing, it's kind of upside down, but I finished a MAC Painterly Paint Pot. That's worth $25. It's my absolute favorite primer. I wear it all the time. I don't have it on today because I initially just put on a shimmer and then I was like, well, maybe I'll blend it out with a matte. So I didn't actually put an eye primer on this. And this is my fifth eye look of the day. I was having a really hard time today. Okay. So those are the two that were kind of miscellaneous and are kind of grouped in with the primers, but they really should have been on their own. So let's talk primers. Let me make sure I counted that one, or did I count that one under highlight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I counted that under highlight. Okay. So I'm going to go in how I would do my face. For primers, in 2022, I finished 15. 4 of those were deluxe size samples. So the Urban Decay All Nighter, the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the strobe cream from MAC, and then the Laneige little pink dropper one for $187.52. Again, these numbers are ish. This is the retail value, but some of these have gone up, some of these have gone down, some of these are no longer available. So when I Googled, I've tried to find the most accurate price, but we know how Google is. And I can't promise that my numbers are exact. So we're doing ish. So don't get out a calculator and count and then tell me I'm wrong. I probably am, but we're doing ish. So I finished 15 primers, and there aren't any that I would repurchase. The only one that I would repurchase would be the Supernova Elixir from Flower, but I would purchase that as a face oil serum rather than as a primer. It's just, number one's just way too glowy, but number two, it's beautiful as a face oil. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's something that I would put on if I wasn't doing makeup that day. It's really hydrating. It's really lovely, but you will look like a robot. It makes you look like a robot. So the rest of them were meh. I would repurchase the Becca one, but of course they don't make that anymore. I have one sample left, and once that's done for Becca. But the rest of them were just okay. Like the Joa one is supposed to be glow activator. It had no glow. The two from Touch and Soul were all right. They were all right. I mean, maybe I would repurchase the one from ColourPop, but yeah, most of these would be a nah. No, thank you. Foundations. For foundations, I used up 14. And 2 of those are samples. I finished a NARS. Oops, apologize. I finished a NARS little radiant light reflecting one, and then I finished the Shiseido Synchro Sin. Oh, I should look this. I don't think Ulta carries the foundation. They carry the skincare. They just had the eye balm for half price, and I had a $25 gift card. So I used some of my points in my gift card and got the Shiseido, a second Shiseido eye cream. I love it that much. Okay, anyway. So I finished a BB cream by Profusion. I finished the Rare Beauty foundation, the Misha BB cream, a foundation stick from ColourPop. I finished the e.l.f. Flawless foundation. I finished the Conceal and Hydrate from Revolution. That's a mushroom BB cream. I finished the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover, which I love. The Cargo, which was cement. Flower Beauty, which was okay. The Joa Truly Yours, the light reflecting one, like I mentioned. And I finished the Tarte Shape Tape. That Revolution stick is actually in my bronzer category, so it ended up in the wrong photo. Out of all of these that you see in your picture, I would repurchase the e.l.f. and I've come close, but I don't need to. I would repurchase the Dream Urban Cover. That is beautiful. If you're someone who has dry, like normal to dry skin, that foundation is beautiful. I've already purchased the NARS NARS Light Reflecting, also beautiful. And then the Shiseido one was really, really pretty. So out of the 14 foundations, I'd probably repurchase 4 or 5. And I finished a total of $211.13 of foundations. Concealers. If you followed Partners in Cream for 2022, you know that I was bucking through concealers. A lot of them, I'd watched Anne-Sophie, and she had talked about how one of her concealers had started to go dry in the drawer, and I was like, oh, I need to go through mine. And I had like 7 that were drying up, so I was able to get them out pretty quickly. So I finished, starting from left to right. The left is the corrector. That's the concealer palette from Milani. If you watched the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, this is that, but in a different colorway. That corrector was lovely. And if the other 3 concealers were lighter, I would have totally panned that entire palette. That was a really nice formula. I really liked it. I finished a Revolution. I want to say that's a conceal and correct, the hydrating one, not the regular one that's supposed to be a Shape Tape dupe. That one was okay. The Flower Beauty one, I have 2 more. I honestly can't remember if I like that or not. I'm pretty sure I finished that earlier in the year. I actually have 3 from e.l.f. I have 2 of the hydrating camo concealers and 1 of the regular camo concealers. I didn't like any of them. I thought they were all drying. The Milani Conceal and Perfect, me, The Revolution Corrector, that one was okay, but I'm like seriously in love with the one in the pot. So good. I bought it back up. We talked about that. I finished another. Okay, so the first one must have been Conceal and Define, and this next one is Conceal and Hydrate. I would definitely purchase that one again. I really enjoyed it. The Ulta one I also really love. I think that's a really great formula, but the problem with that is you don't get very much product and you go through it really quickly. But that is definitely one I would repurchase. The Morphe one, and the way they're going out of business, I can't remember if I put them on Santa's naughty list or not. But if you're unfamiliar, Morphe has closed all of their US brick and mortar stores, and they gave their employees little to no notice. I'm talking like next day, we're done, you're not coming back notice. And that's just dirty. I hate it. I already didn't purchase from Morphe, but that just made it even worse. So anyway, would not repurchase that. And then I have 2 from Wet n Wild that I also would not repurchase. So in total, I finished 15 concealers for $138.15. Let's go to setting sprays. Setting sprays. It says I finished 15. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 of those were samples. So top left, that's a Maybelline Master Fix. I wouldn't repurchase. The next is the Revolution Hyaluronic something. I actually like that one. That one's really nice. The next one is the Flower Beauty. It's their luminizing one. I didn't care for that. The Urban Decay All Nighter, that is definitely one that I will always have in my collection. If you're new, if you haven't heard this story, our 20-year reunion, the person that coordinated it decided it should be in July. It was either June or July. I honestly can't remember now. Outside, in summer, in southern Oklahoma. And the temperature that day was literally 112. And it had to be, I don't know, 15 degrees hotter than that. Because we were in the sun. It was hot. And I wanted to wear just a little touch of makeup, so I used that Urban Decay All Nighter. And I keep meaning to save that picture when it pops up on my memories. But my makeup looked the exact same after setting and sweating for hours. We were there probably 4 or 5 hours, and my makeup looked the same. So I swear by Urban Decay. I know a lot of people don't like it. I love it. I will always have at least one in my collection. And that is one you probably won't see me pan. It's one that I will keep in my collection to use when I need it. Like I used it when I went and had my driver's license picture done because I wore some makeup then, which I really didn't need to because it's black and white. I had no idea that was going to happen. So yeah, anyway, that is definitely one I would repurchase. Oh, the next one smelled like Old Lady Vagina. That's the Jasmine spray from Jacket. It smelled like Old Lady Vagina. I apologize, but it did. Next was one of the AOA sprays from Shop Miss A. I actually really like that. It's a primer spray, and but I loved it as a primer spray, but also on top of makeup. I really enjoyed it. Make It Dewy. Make It Dewy is okay. I really want to pick up the Catrice Prime and Shine. The one in the pink that has a little bit of glow to it, that's actually one of my favorite ones. So Make It Dewy, I would repurchase, or if it came free gift with purchase, I would be okay with it, but it's not one that I'm going to seek out. The same thing with Max Fix Plus. I don't get the hype. Like, it was all right, but I didn't love it. Another Flower Beauty one that's also luminizing, I didn't care for that, and I definitely didn't like the sprayer. I didn't like the little one from Maybelline. The one from Milk, everybody loves it, but I swear it made me look like a robot. I think I panned it in 50 Shades of Green, and I remember showing it in a swatch just how glittery and shiny it was. I hated it. The next one was from BH Cosmetics. That one was okay. Of course, I don't know that they carry that anymore. I haven't looked at their website in forever, so I don't know. And the last one is Revolution something cannabis chill or whatever. The smell of that, ooh. I have one more. I'm going to pan it. It's not hate panning. It's a good spray. It just stinks. I hate the smell of it. Speaking of, I pulled out a L'Occitane lotion. Let me see if it's like on top. Okay, so I pulled this lotion out. I don't know what's in it is. Oh, cream or whatever. Because I needed some hand cream, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to work through my samples. This literally smells like a dirty diaper. Like when I smelled it in the tube, I'm like, oh, it smells, you know, it really reminded me of like a baby powder kind of. If you're a parent or if you've ever worked around babies, the inside of a brand new diaper wipes, etc., they all kind of have that baby smell. And I was like, oh, that's okay, no problem. The minute I put this on my hands, it smelled like a dirty diaper, and I literally had to go wash my hands and put something else on top of it so I could make the scent go away. So yeah, you know, 2022 has been the year of the scents for me. So anyway, I finished 15 setting sprays for a total of $148.94. That's definitely a category that has shrunk a lot. So when we talk about my inventory, you'll see just how many I did use up, or how many, what my collection looks like now. Ooh, word, brains. My numbers for bronzers are way off. I will try to leave it in the description box if I have a chance to figure it out, but I know for sure that the bronzer number is way off because I didn't even add in the one from the foundation picture. Oy vey. Okay, let us talk about bronzers. Damn it, stop it. Forgot to turn it off on the other one. I apologize. Okay. So I have everything broken up in cream and then powder. So cream and liquid, then powder. So I ended up finishing 2 cream bronzers and technically 2 powder bronzers. So I count samples in my inventory as one product. So when they're in my empties, they still count as one product. So for the powder, I finished that NARS Laguna, and then I finished Shady Biz from Fenty, the small one. And then for bronzer, cream bronzer, Missy, you forgot. I completely forgot. I talked about this in yesterday's video when I filmed this other time, and I completely forgot. Technically, I finished 3 cream bronzers. So that stick is actually a Makeup Revolution stick, and if you followed along with Fantasy, it was double-ended, and it was counted as 2 in my inventory. So I actually finished 3 cream bronzers, which is whoa. So the Revolution stick, which had a bronzer on one side and like a contour color on the other, and then I finished Cinnamon from Fenty in that little one. So I actually finished 5 bronzers, which is whoa. Again, that Laguna is small, but it counts. It's the same thing for the Fenty, so that counts too. Let's talk blushes. This is actually lower than I thought it would be, and maybe I finished more and I just don't remember. I'm pretty sure I finished the Shop Miss A blush this year, but it wasn't in the bucket. Oh no, it's right there, Missy. Oh my word. Okay, so I finished 3. Well, technically 4 powder blushes, but I'm only counting the Buxom as 1. So I finished the Buxom sample. There's Mykonos and Dolly something. I really enjoyed that blush formula, and it's been really hard for me not to pick up a couple of that blush formula. Do I need it? No, I don't. I don't need it. And then, of course, I finished a NARS Orgasm sample, and then I finished my Tarte Partey Deluxe Size Sample Blush, which is absolutely beautiful. I would repurchase that in a heartbeat. So yeah, I already am working on a NARS. If you watched my That's Expensive, I have that major pan of blush that I'm trying to hit pan in that has like 4 different blushes in it. So NARS Orgasm is okay, but it's, I don't, you know what I am. For cream blushes, it shows I finished 4. So I finished the one from She Glam. I finished one from Shop Miss A. And then I had 2, I want to say, cream blushes from Revolution in that one blush pan. So for cream bronzers, that was $21. For powder bronzers, that was $14. For cream blushes, that was $8. And then for regular blushes, it was $19. So not a lot of value in what I finished, but I'm happy that I finished them. Cream highlighters. This is where I went hog wild. So in this picture, there are just one thing that doesn't belong. And between the Pretty Vulgar and the Super Shock, there's a Jouer packaging. I don't know how that got in there. I finished that last year. Sorry, gum itched. That's weird. So I was on a mission in 2022 to use up all of my liquid illuminators, and I did it. So I used up 13 cream highlighters. So we'll start at the bottom, go left to right. The one from She Glam, that one was okay, but it had a lot of glitter in it. The next one is Unicorn Snot. No, I wouldn't repurchase that. The next one is actually a concealer from Rare Beauty, so that is in the wrong picture. I finished Benefit Watts Up. That one was okay. It's a little dark, so it's not one that I would repurchase in full size. I finished one from JCat that I didn't care for. I finished the one from Rare Beauty, and I didn't really like that one either. It was okay. Now, the two I did like are the ones from Revolution, and they were liquid, and they were supposed to be a dupe of the ones from Cover FX. Yeah. Those were really pretty. I know Andrea has been working on one too, and I finished both of mine this year. Really, really pretty, but of course, like Revolution does, they discontinued the formula when it was actually really, really pretty. Oh, I finished another bronzer. Misty? See, I told you these are ish. I think this was in my highlighter category, and that's why. So I finished, to the right of that first Revolution one is a stick from Milani. So one side had a highlighter and the other side had a contour, and I really, really liked both sides, but of course I don't make that anymore either. There's the other one from Revolution. I finished the one from Wet n Wild. I didn't care for that. I finished one from Essence. I didn't care for that. And then that kind of coppery color one is Revolution's dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury. I didn't like that either. So the only one I would repurchase out of this group would be the one from Milani or the two from Revolution, and they just don't make them anymore. So I didn't really love any of those. Oh wait, did I can't remember if this Super Shock is in my cream or in my 13. Okay, so the Super Shock and Flexitarian, I clearly put as cream. I don't know why. I need to look at my inventory. Again, that's why I said these are ish. My brain is mush. I would definitely repurchase Flexitarian. I actually really enjoy the cheek products from ColourPop. The Super Shock cheek blushes. I have the bronzer, which I like. I really like the highlighters. I'm painting Seismic. Just about done with it. So yeah, I really enjoyed those. So supposedly I finished 13 cream highlighters for $125 and then one powder highlighter for $32. And that is the Pretty Vulgar, and it was too dark. It came in BoxyCharm. I put it in a lotion, and now it's done. All right, we're getting to the boring stuff. Let's talk about brows. I lumped it all together. All total, I finished 11. I used up 3 ColourPop eye pencils. One is missing. I found it in my regular empties bin, and I'm like, wait, why is this here? And then I finished a eyebrow pencil from Wet n Wild. I finished an eyebrow pencil and a pen from NYX. I finished an Ulta brow tint. I finished a brow pencil from Anastasia, and then I finished Joa brow gel, and then I finished a pen from Juvia's Place. And out of this collection of products, I would repurchase the Ulta brow tint because that's my favorite brow mascara kind of product. And I'm not purchasing from Juvia's Place anymore, but if I was, I'd pick up that pen. Initially, I didn't like it. I thought it had completely dried up, but after I got used to it. So, and it was lovely. But as of today, since I'm no longer supporting them, the only one I would pick up is the Ulta brow tint, and I actually have a second one in my collection. The Anastasia brow pencil, I'm not buying from them either. If you missed it, I did a video as Brown Zone Send His Naughty List, and that was one of them. It's the teardrop shape, and it was never sharp, and that's why I like a micro precision brow pencil, so I can get sharp lines. And right now I'm trying to pan the brown in this Nabla Cutie palette, and that's what's in my brows, and that's why they look a little deep. I have this like cowlick here. What are we doing? Okay, do it. What are we doing? What are we doing? All I can see is this big bump on the side of my head when I look at the monitor. So 11 brow products for $148.96. My absolute favorite brow products, if we were going to rank right now, I love the Milani Weekend Brow Pen or whatever. It only comes in 3 shades. And like I said, the Ulta Brow Tint is my favorite gel. I get it in taupe. I don't think they have very many shades in that either. Shame, I know your name. Okay, mascaras. This is where we find a lipstick. So between the MAC and the Better Than Sex, that's a bullet lipstick. So I finished NARS Climax mascara. I had high hopes for that because so many people said it was so good at curl. I didn't care for it. Though that white thing is actually a lash glue liner, which I actually really enjoyed. Benefit Bare Real, I didn't care for that. The L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara Primer, I didn't feel like that did anything to my lashes. The Clinique Dramatically Different, is it Dramatically Different? I can't remember what it's called, but the Clinique mascara is so good. I don't have it on today. I actually just have the Tarte Tubing mascara on today, but I love that one from Clinique. So I finished the full size. I finished, spoiler alert, I finished a mini yesterday. I think I have 3 or 4 more of those. That would be one that I would purchase full size if I got the opportunity. I have some mascaras I need to get through first. The Dior one was meh. The ColourPop one was meh. That Tristique one was meh. The MAC one, that's another one that I would consider repurchasing, their Magic Extension. I don't know if that was tubing or not, but I actually really enjoyed it. Better Than Sex, no thank you. Big Ego, no thank you, even though I'm about to plan a big one. And then the Lancome one, it was like meh. I just didn't really care for it. So really the only one I would repurchase out of this whole grouping, or 2, would be the Clinique one and the MAC one. I enjoyed both of those. And the Becca lipstick was okay. I used it as a blush. All right. Are we on to lipsticks? No, eyeliner. Eyeliner is another kind of boring one. But I finished 3 pen liners and 1 pencil. So the pencil is from Cargo, and the 3 eyeliners are, I finished the Tartus, and that was double-ended, but I'd already finished the pencil side. I finished the one from Maybelline, that was just not good at all. And then I finished that green one from Shop Miss A, which wasn't, I mean, the formula is good, but it doesn't last. It dries up real quick. And then for the lipsticks, I have 9 bullet lipsticks and 14 glosses. So, or 9 lipsticks and 14 glosses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and pencils. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. So the Becca one is included in that. So I finished the Becca one. I finished the American Woman by NARS. I actually really like that formula, but I don't know that I can like buy a high-end lipstick. I don't know that I can make myself do it. I finished one from Jeffree Star. It was awful. I finished one from Buxom. Luckily, this one didn't feel like Satan's butthole, so I was able to finish it off. I finished 2 from Clinique. I'm currently working on one. I think those are the ones that are called Dramatically Different. They're the ones that has like the balm or whatever in the core. Those 2 colors were light enough that I could wear it as a lip gloss, and I did that and finished both of them. And I'm currently doing that with a Maybelline one. So I wouldn't repurchase those, but if I got them as a free gift with purchase, I wouldn't be mad about it. I finished 3 Profusion lip liners. For glosses, starting at the left, I finished a NARS Orgasm gloss. I honestly don't remember anything about that gloss, so I guess it didn't really blow smoke or anything. I believe this first one is a ColourPop gloss, and I know I didn't care for that. The next one to that was the Clarity gloss. The only thing I liked about that is it smelled like banana Laffy Taffy. A ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip, that's a no. The next one is a Lunar Beauty, and one that I would repurchase. Like, I loved that formula. The scent's not my favorite because it smells like cake batter, and that's just not for me, but that formula is just so good. My issue with that is it's $18, and I don't know that I can pay $18 for a gloss when some of the ones that I've been wearing lately our drugstore, and they're just so good. Like, I've been obsessed with the LA Girl lip oils. Like, I love this so very much. So paying $18 for a gloss is just like, I don't think I can do it. But that formula is really, really nice. This one. The other one we're going to talk about had glitter, and I hated it. I finished 2 lip oils from ColourPop, which I hated. I finished another glossy lip from ColourPop, which I hated. This is the LA Girl Watermelon lip oil, and I really enjoyed that. This one's the strawberry. I don't enjoy it as much. They all look like they have color. They go on the lips sheer, so it doesn't matter. This is the Lunar Beauty lip gloss in Bitchcraft. It came in the Moonspell Volume 2 collection. It had glitter in it, and I just didn't care for it. My other issue with that formula is it feels like you don't get a lot, and it goes really quickly. So yeah. Next is the Tarte one. This took me all flipping year, it felt like, to pan that. It took forever because that was another one that was gritty and really super thick, and I just didn't care for it. I finished a gloss from Makeup Obsession, and then I finished that stupid lifter gloss from Maybelline. So I finished 9 lipsticks for $124.49, and then gloss I finished 14 for $143.48. Last but not least is eyeshadow. So I finished 4 samples from the Laura Mercier, that packet right there. I think it was 4. There's 4 on the front, so I think it was 4. I use those for bronzer and contour. I don't use them on my eyeballs. I use them as bronzer and contour. The next one was one from, I believe the brand is Luxa, and I got that from Amazon, and I used that as an eye primer, and I actually really enjoyed it. I finished a smaller Laura Mercier, and then one that's the step up from Laura Mercier. Again, bronzers and contours. I finished one from Makeup Revolution, and then I finished one from the Juvia's Place Walhalla 2 palette. That was a purple glitter. So I finished 9 eyeshadows for $42.64. So I used up 151 makeup products, I think. It was either 148 or 151, somewhere in between those, for a grand total of $1,540-ish. Again, ish. I think my numbers are correct, but I'm not exactly sure. Hopefully this year I'll be a little bit better. But again, my brain has been all over the place. It's the 6th of January. I feel so far behind, which doesn't make any sense. It's like, behind in what, Misty? But I just feel that way. So yeah, but I need to get on top of it. I don't know when this is going up, but you guys probably already saw, you know, I started Shelly's project. I started 101 color or 100 colorful empties. Like, I need to get started. I need to get into it. I need to get into the groove. Oh, this lipstick. This is one of the lip vinyls from KVD, and it's traveled. This is where I burned myself when I waxed my face the last time. Misty, don't burn yourself. That's dumb. Okay. So, 150-ish makeup empties. 15, 14, 15, 15 for base products. I finished, I did well. I think I did well. And I know a lot of people are probably going to go, Misty, how did you finish so many eyeshadows? I mean, how many foundations and blah, blah, blah. Number one, I like to mix. I'm a mad scientist. I mix them every single day. I was wearing makeup way more often. I mean, if I had kept going in October, like September, October, November, when I was having so many issues with my back, if I had continued painting at the pace that I was painting like in June and July, I would be at probably 200 makeup products finished and over, you know, 2,000 for the value. And I wasn't wasting them, and none of this was going in the trash. It was literally going on me. I am someone who likes full coverage other than today. So I'm not someone that just uses one little drop of foundation and it goes all over my face. I use enough to cover my face, and then I keep just a little bit on my palette for when I almost always change my lip after I've put on foundation. So I have to go back and like pat it on around. So nothing is getting wasted. I just used a lot of it. I have a fat face. all of the things. So yeah, that's how I did it. And you guys know those stupid concealers. Those stupid concealers. Most of them had so much windowing. So yeah, I'm currently working on the one from Juvia's Place, and I can finally start to see a little line of demarcation, but this thing is going to take me a hot minute. It's actually what I have under my eyes today. I actually really like it. It's really pretty, but unfortunately, again, they're on my no fly zone. Okay, that is a lot of jibber jabber, Misty. Shut up. Okay, friends, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me in the next video. I don't know when this is going up in comparison to what I filmed or what I haven't filmed, but the next video like this will be my Pin Our Way to 5K finale. And in that video, I'm going to talk to you how many products I finished like all together. We'll talk about value. We'll talk about, and I'll break it down between each project because I really enjoy that. I think it's very, very interesting. So yeah, well, that's it. If you'd like to follow along for my empties challenge for 2023, again, I'm doing 100 colorful empties. That video hopefully already went up. If not, spoiler alert. If not, spoiler alert. So yeah, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Misty Pans. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. Let me know how much you used up in 2022 if you don't film a video. I'm trying to get to everyone's videos as much as I can. So yeah. Anyway, I love your faces. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. Da-da-da.